Don't show off. The story that changed everything. In the heart of a bustling city in the UK lived a 15-year-old boy named Jordan Wells. Jordan was bright, talented, and quick-witted. He had a natural gift with words, and his ability to solve complex math problems made him a favorite in his class. But more than intelligence, Jordan had a hunger. Not for knowledge, not for growth, but for validation. From the outside, Jordan seemed like the perfect teenager, always ahead in school. Captain of his junior football team, and popular on social media. But inside, something subtle but powerful was growing. Pride. Every little win had to be posted online. Every exam score had to be shared. Every compliment had to be repeated. His confidence became arrogance, and soon people noticed. But not in the way Jordan wanted. Jordan's need for attention came from somewhere. His father, a quiet, hard-working man, often told him, "Let your success speak. You don't have to." But Jordan didn't believe in that. He thought the world only noticed those who shouted loudest. He would interrupt teachers, correct his friends publicly, and remind people how gifted he was. At first, his classmates admired him, but admiration quickly turned into annoyance. "Here comes the genius," some whispered sarcastically when Jordan entered the room. Still, Jordan didn't care, as long as he was the center of attention. Then came the regional school science fair, a big deal. Jordan decided to go big. He wanted the best project, the biggest trophy, and the loudest applause. He chose a complicated AI-based presentation and worked alone, brushing off teammates who offered to help. "I don't need help. Better off solo," he declared. The day of the fair arrived. Parents, teachers, judges, everyone gathered. Jordan stood tall beside his flashy project, expecting admiration. But just 10 minutes before his turn, disaster struck. His laptop crashed. The software he built failed to load. His files were gone. Panic set in. He scrambled, tried to fix it, but nothing worked, and he had to present, with nothing to show. He stammered, froze, and eventually walked off the stage in shame. The applause he expected never came. That evening, Jordan sat silently in the back seat as his father drove them home. "I don't want to talk about it," he muttered. His father didn't push. After a long pause, he simply said, "You know, son, you spent more time trying to be impressive than trying to be prepared." Jordan didn't reply, but those words cut deeper than any failure. The next day, Jordan stayed late at school, helping clean up the leftover science fair mess. Didn't want to face anyone yet. That's when he met Mr. Holloway, the elderly janitor. Jordan had seen him around, never paid attention. But that evening, Mr. Holloway said something unexpected. "You know, I once built a machine like yours, back in the 80s, but I didn't tell anyone." Jordan laughed bitterly. "Sure you did." Mr. Holloway didn't react. He simply walked to his tiny locker, pulled out a faded photo. There he was, a young man standing next to a robotics trophy at a national event. Jordan's eyes widened. "Wait, that's you?" Mr. Holloway nodded. "I used to be like you. Bright, hungry, but too loud. And when I failed, I realized if I had spent more time learning and less time boasting, I could have been someone great." Jordan didn't know what to say, and Mr. Holloway looked him in the eyes. "Don't waste your gift trying to be seen. Sharpen it in silence." That conversation shook Jordan. Over the next few weeks, something shifted. He stopped showing off in class. He asked questions instead of giving answers, began helping classmates instead of belittling them. Still had the same fire, but now it burned quietly. He started a small study group, this time as a listener more than a leader. The same kids who once mocked him slowly came back, not out of fear, but respect. He began rebuilding himself, not on likes or praise, but on purpose. By the end of the school year, Jordan entered another competition, a national coding challenge. But this time, he worked with a team. He didn't post about it online. He didn't boast. He just worked, and they won. First prize. When the announcer called his name, Jordan smiled, but said nothing. He looked over at Mr. Holloway, standing quietly in the back of the auditorium, and nodded. He remembered the lesson. Weeks after the win, Jordan received a letter in the mail. It was from a prestigious tech academy in the US, a summer mentorship for gifted teens. All expenses paid. He had been recommended by his school, by Mr. Holloway. The letter ended with a quote, "The loudest one in the room is usually the weakest. True strength is quiet." 9 years later, Jordan became a developer. He built apps that helped schools in underfunded areas. His work impacted thousands. Quietly, humbly, he gave talks in classrooms but never demanded attention. He credited his success to the janitor who reminded me that silence builds greatness. He never forgot that painful science fair, but now it served as the foundation for everything. Moral of the story: don't show off. Let your work speak. Let your growth be seen, not screamed. Because those who shine quietly eventually shine the brightest.